Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. We're pleased to be joined by the one, the only Jayden Reyna. Oh my goodness! Look at all the stuff that's in behind you. How's it going, man?
I'm doing great. I'm happy to be on the show. I decided to spice up my background a little bit just to add a little bit of something to the video.
Add a little something to the video. I'm like, you added a bunch of stuff in there. And and you have a bunch of other things that we were talking about before we started recording, but that will come in another day. The walls of die casts in there that will rival a bunch of people and all that stuff, and might rival my good buddy Marty Zakala because I don't know if you've seen the Arson Trackside show out in New York, but he has like this wall of die casts around him. So
really,
yeah, it's pretty cool. Everyone's got this nice setup and stuff. Also, I don't know if I'm sure you should know this, but Garth Allen from Racing News Now, he's got that die cast wall behind him. Yeah, that's another one. It's pretty good, but you've got a pretty good set. We'll show that off another day. But you're coming off. Of course, you're with Rev Racing in the late model program, and of course, you're also with the Team Hornaday driver development program as well. Talk about how your late model season's going so far.
I want to say it's kind of up and down, but we have been steadily improving throughout the season so far. Hickory has been especially nice to us, so that's the most. I think we're running Hickory the most out of the season, but there are some tracks sprinkled in there as well. But I want to say for performance-wise, Hickory is probably our best so far.
Yeah, for sure. I know you guys race a lot at Hickory and stuff between you and LeVar and drawing a blank here.
Regina, probably.
Yeah, Regina. Yep. So, yeah, between the three of you, I know that it's been a pretty good season. So, let's talk about. I know you were also part of the Team Hornaday development program. Of course, that's been well known throughout that time. There's about 6 or 7 drivers that are a part of that. Racing in the Xfinity truck, ARCA Menard series, late models, whatever. And a part of that. What's it been like? Because I know you got a chance to learn from a couple journalists and Ross Chastain yesterday.
Yeah, it was really fun, really informative. They were a little bit of agents and PR people that showed up too with him to give us a little bit of an insight on NASCAR and how to kind of play the system a little bit, and how to create content and how to present yourself on social media, and also at the track. So really informative. Chastain, obviously coming from a driver, he had the watermelon thing. He said if there's anything that is original to you that is authentic, so that you don't have to put something on, I guess, like a show on, then use it. Because obviously he used the watermelon thing. He used to give out watermelons at the track to the drivers and other teams. So he really solidified himself with a watermelon, and he ended up getting a whole bunch of sponsors due to his watermelon brand.
Yeah. So kind of going into this season, I know that you're a young guy, but what's it been like to learn the racing side of things? Because there's, obviously race car drivers just don't go race. There's also a lot of other things that you do outside of racing. You have to, do interviews like this. You also have to do a lot of, partnership appearances, sponsorship appearances, and all that. What's all that like?
Well, it definitely takes up a lot of your free time. When you're not working out, you're probably in meetings like this or interviews, or getting ready for the next race, watching footage and making calls. So it takes up a good chunk of your life, but at the same time, it's what you want to do. So let's say like an NFL player, he would watch replays of old games, especially the team that he's going to be playing, and he'd probably be working out, but he loves it because he wants to be in the NFL. Right. So he's willing to put in the work to do it. So as a race car driver, you just have to make that sacrifice. If you're not willing to, you shouldn't be a race car driver.
Right. Yeah, and I know and pretty much everybody does. But also, you also have school to juggle as well. How's that been going, trying to manage all that stuff?
Well, I'm very routine based. My mom sets up a routine and we stick to it pretty frequently. So, um, I feel a little bit at the beginning, it was a little bit hard, a little bit overwhelming, but after a couple months, you start to get used to it. So, um, to be honest, from my perspective, I don't have that busy of a day, let's say, compared to like the cup guys. I see them, they come immediately back from the race and they're immediately at the shop and they have to take media calls, they have to do interviews. So they may get one day with their family before immediately having to go and start preparing again for the next race.
Yeah, for sure. So when do you and going into that, when is your next race, by the way?
My next race, I think, is Hickory. I think we might be going back to Hickory, or no, never mind. We might be going to some other track for late models. Um, I think maybe Motor Mile. I think maybe Motor Mile at Hickory is one of my next two races for late models.
Water mile is fun.
Yeah.
So I know that you can correct me if I'm wrong. You're 15, right?
Yep. 15.
So what's it like to be you don't even have, wow, you're already racing late models and you don't even have your driver's license.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get my permit. I'm trying to get my permit right now,
Okay.
but trying to doesn't mean I don't. That doesn't mean I have it. But apart from that, late models have been really fun so far. Rev's helped me out a lot for being able to get seat time, and overall the program has been pretty solid so far, especially in ARCA. They got that win with Sanchez and at Talladega, and then won the finale at Kansas last year. So I want to say we're definitely improving. The previous race, we brought on ARCA Menards, their crew chief, ARCA Menards crew chief, Brad Parrott, and we worked with him, and he helped me out a lot. And for his very few times he worked on a late model, he did an extremely good job.
Of course, that is also of course, that Brad Parrott is also the crew chief for Raja Caruth in the number six. So interesting stuff there. So going into the next few weeks of racing, where do you see yourself racing this year? What is your schedule like besides all the late model stuff? Do you plan to do some other things or what's next?
Definitely some other things. I don't know if all of them are 100% going to happen, but probably a lot of dirt racing, big time dirt racing type things. Maybe an ARCA start somewhere at the end of the season, and then yeah, probably dirt midgets as well because I know that midgets are becoming a big thing. Some hit up some big dirt midgets racing, and then probably an ARCA Menards series race sometime next year or this year.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll see what happens from that.
Yeah.
All right, Jayden, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and good luck in the next race that you run, man.
Yeah, thank you. I loved being here. Nice to meet you.